Just getting started first. Did I miss any Met news today? Was there anything crazy that happened that I'm not aware of? Mets fans are going nuts right now. Absolutely nuts. Everybody take a collective breath together with me. Take a breath. Everything is going to be fine. I don't want anybody to panic. I don't want people to start flipping out over losing Edwin Diaz, losing. We might be losing Mr. Met at this point. That might be the final nail in the coffin for a lot of people, but I don't want people to start flipping out and panicking. The Mets are going to be just fine. Thank you for the support, bro. Appreciate you, man. Mets need the support. We need the support. We need to come together. We need to make sure that we're not all jumping off a cliff or jumping off the bridge. We need to all continue to support one another and not panic because it is December 9th. The season is 4 months away. There is going to be hello to the people on YouTube as well. I'm on Instagram as well. I'm on Riverside. I think that's it. I think I'm on Grinder as well. I don't know if that's going to come live on this though. I'm not panicking yet. I know people want to flip out. I know people want to yell and scream. I know people want to throw things. I know everybody wants to call David Stearns cheap. I know everybody wants to blame Steve Cohen for having a casino that's being built. I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, I've been working on a couple of new things just to kind of get people to stare at other things besides my face, which is scary enough. So we are waiting. We're just sitting here awaiting some news. Hopefully, something breaks for the Met fan that they could get excited about because I know people are in a little bit of a panic right now. And understandably so. I get it. I would be a little panicky if I was not so confident in David Stearns as I am. My confidence level in David Stearns is so high. And I know people might not feel the same sentiment as I do. But I've watched David Stearns build consistent winning ball clubs, and I've watched him do it with half the payroll that the Mets have right now. So I'm far from concerned. This is the first time that David Stearns is going to be able to get his hands and his fingerprints on this franchise, and I think that's going to be a good thing for the long run. I don't think continuing to patch it up as we've been doing over the last couple of years with this core is going to be the right way to go about things. So I think that this is the perfect move. I think this is the perfect wrecking ball that this team needed, and it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt to lose guys. It's gonna hurt to lose Diaz. It's gonna hurt to lose. I was about to say it's gonna hurt to lose Alonso, but it's gonna hurt. It hurt to lose Nimmo. These guys have been here for so long, but they've won absolutely nothing. This is a franchise that has not been to the postseason back-to-back years more than twice. Just think about how pathetic that is. I'm tired of cheering for losing. I'm tired of cheering for mediocrity. I want a consistent winner. And I'm tired of relying on these magical seasons like 2015 and 2024 to look back on as we had to sign Jose Iglesias to hit 350 for us to get into the postseason. We'd had to do all these miracle things for this team to be so good. And I don't want that anymore. I don't want it anymore. And I truly think David Stearns is finally getting his fingerprints on the team. So I am not in any way, shape, or form pissed off today as a Mets fan. Maybe I'm one of the few. I know there's a couple of you out there that feel the same exact way. Has David Stearns? Are you talking about David Stearns building teams to get past the first round? Is that who you were talking about? No, what David Stearns built a perennial, consistent success in Milwaukee. Okay. He did it with half the payroll. He did it with drafting his own play. He did it with trading for Christian Yelich. He did it by doing the necessary things that had to be done. Now, a lot of these guys that are off this team or leaving this team are not David Stearns guys. They just weren't. They weren't drafted by Stearns. They weren't signed by Stearns. They have nothing to do with David Stearns. Stearns likes to spend. I think that narrative is a little misguided. I don't think. I mean, he's spent money. I mean, he spent money. It might not be the most smartest, but he spent 34 million on He spent 30 something million dollars on Frankie Montas. He spent 75 million on a 33-year-old Sean Manaea. You might not want to say that he spent the money on Soto, but he had something to do with Juan Soto. He tried to spend the money for Yamamoto. He's not cheap. He just wants to pay the guys that he believes in, and I'm fully on board. I'm fully on board with everything. How do I add somebody to this? We're all going to learn. Excuse me. Yeah, Sean, there is no replacing Diaz, but you could still win without Edwin Diaz. The Mets haven't won with Edwin Diaz, so you could replace him. You could get a Suarez. You can get a Fairbanks. You could do a lot of things to make your bullpen a lot more lengthy than just relying on one guy in Edwin Diaz. We're all going to learn together how to invite somebody. And once I do that, we are going to figure it all out. Diaz did not want to be a Met. Yeah, that's kind of what the sentiment was. He kind of made it clear that he was going to look elsewhere and didn't give the Mets a chance to match the offer. So, I mean, I'm not crying over somebody who didn't want to be here. Well, that's according to what it looks like, yes. It looks like he didn't want to be here at all. Which is more of a Met problem than it is a Diaz problem, because why didn't he want to be here? Is the bigger question. See if this works. Learning a lot of this computer stuff on the fly, so bear with me if you guys can, please. I'm not a big computer genius or computer expert at all. See if that worked. Again, thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate it. We're all sitting here awaiting some sort of hot stove news. Nobody in New York seems to want to do anything right now. Yeah. Soto took all the bells and whistles, and he took the money, and he went to the Mets. Simple as that. I think the Soto thing and the Diaz thing is two completely different things, though.
You are a computer genius.
I am a wizard, Harry.
Oh, yes, you are. What's going on, bud?
How's it going? Eric from New York Minute just zoomed away. I don't know where he went. I would assume he's going to be coming back at some point. Oh, there he is. Thanks for
That's
coming
right,
back.
folks. I do my own stunts, and I had double audio, me and Mike at the same time. Mike, what's going on, Bet? I saw you doing the live. I was watching the Knick game. I'm watching them mop the floors with the Toronto Raptors.
Love to see it.
You know what though? I mean, you're not making any moves, but you got some major news in Mets land with Diaz. Is it leaving town?
Yeah, picking up and he's running. Pick up and he ran away. I mean, I can't
How
say
you feeling? Because I needed to check in on you.
Yes, I appreciate that. I'm not as mad as the Met fan is mad today. I'm not that upset about it.
So walk me through the process. Why are you cool with this? Because I'd be a little pissed if I was a Mets fan.
I don't know what the anger would be coming towards Diaz, one, and then I guess two, if he chose to go to the Dodgers and he wanted to go to the Dodgers, why did he choose to go to the Dodgers? That's another problem.
I think we can surmise that is that
Besides
the fact
beautiful
that
weather.
It's people joining the Dodgers to get a ring. The guy's never won a ring before, but the one thing that I would be upset as a Met fan is that, dude, like out from an outside perspective, from a Yankee fan's perspective, like you guys had that ninth inning guy that like other teams would have to worry about. When Diaz would come into games and you heard the trumpets, dude, you were like, shit, this guy again, and he throws 100.
Yeah.
So I can understand from a money perspective, didn't they offer him more?
The Mets offered him 3 for 66 with wiggle room, and the Dodgers offered 3 for 69. A lot of people's favorite number, and the 3 for 69 was the end all be all for Diaz. He never came back to the Mets to match that.
Well, because do you think maybe it's Stern just being a cheap carbonated coffee? Unbelievable move, by the way. Still perplexed by that. But is this Stearns being like, he's being cute, man? Like, and he's trying to penny pinch. I told you this on New York Minute. Is that it's like a wife of a billionaire, and you find her shopping at a garage sale for no reason, and it's like, hun, just take the black card to the mall. Go pick up Scooble, make some moves. And because what I'm most worried about for you is, and your sanity, because I worry about it a lot, is you have low lev dev now.
If $10 million,
the acquisition of low lev dev was so much better, I believe, if you guys retained Diaz.
First of all, thank the Lord that they got low lev dev to start, which if they lost Diaz and didn't have Williams at this point, the panic would really be ensuing for the Met fan.
So maybe it was a backup plan. Devin Williams was the backup plan?
Well, according to the latest report, which is coming from Jeff Passan, who I trust out of everybody, he's claiming now that the Mets, Edwin Diaz was a little ticked off at the Mets for not coming to him before they went out and signed Devin Williams, because he didn't want to create confusion. And I'm sorry, I don't know who the hell Edwin Diaz thinks he is.
Yeah.
But he's not Juan Soto, and he's not Aaron Judge. He's not one of those top guys. He's a guy that comes in the game 50 to 60 times a year, not even 100. So I'm not coming to him to try and improve my bullpen.
Yeah, it's a little rough for a guy to dictate terms like that. It's like, you got to be – I mean, look at from a Yankees perspective, you had Miller and Chapman. How many years have the Yankees had two simultaneous closers in the 8 and 9 spot? And it's like, whatever the team needs me to do, I'll do it. And then you jump to another team and become the closer. So maybe he just took his ball and went home to L.A., to his new home, because he was upset with the Williams. I mean, then do you want him on the team?
At this point, I'm good. I'm fine, man. If anybody knows me, if you know about how I feel about the Mets at this point, I was of the mindset of this team needed a wrecking ball taking to it, and I couldn't understand why people continue to be okay with the losing and the inconsistent play from guys like Nimmo or Alonso or the core of this team that's just been losing nonstop. Yeah, and at some point,
would you say, Mike, that's the ramifications of the Verlander and Scherzer? Like, it's almost because you guys caught lightning in a bottle the year you went to the playoffs. You guys really didn't have that many expectations that year on the heels of what happened and that major collapse. But it's like when you make a move like that, even monetarily, it's going to have reverberations throughout the franchise. So yeah, I think you guys kind of were like doing patchwork, almost like the Jets were doing with Rex Ryan, where it's like you have this core of guys, they're winners, and it's like, okay, let's add some Santonio Holmes on top of it to try to make things. And it's like, no, you have to restructure this in the GM's eyes, and you have a lot more belief in them than a lot of Met fans do right now, dude.
I do. Yeah, I'm in probably like a handful of people that still think that David Stearns is going to build a winning franchise and a winning team of consistency for the next 10 to 15 years. I think the fact that he's finally getting his fingerprints on this team is going to benefit the Met fan in the long run. And gutting some of the players that have been on this team for this so many years now, I don't have to come here and complain about the same players over and over and over and over and over again because those players will be gone. The amount of Met fans that complain about Brandon Nimmo for the last 2 seasons have now they're crying that he's gone. The amount of Met fans that have complained about Pete Alonso for the last 2 seasons, not so much last year, but the prior 2 seasons before that, the amount of fans before the Devin Williams home run that were ready to tell Pete Alonso to take a hike and stick shit up his ass and not want to come back and don't ever come to be a Mets, don't put on a Met uniform ever again. Those fans with one home run completely flipped and changed their mind. This team needed the breakup that it's currently having right now.
Yeah, before that 9th inning against Milwaukee, against low lev Dev, we live in the Matrix. You know, it's just so funny that he's the one opening up the door, theoretically, possibly to his exit. Like Devin Williams, and now it's like Kevin Bacon, right? It's 6 degrees of separation between Devin Williams and Pete Alonso. Is Pete still driving to the winter meeting? I heard he had a detour at a Hooters.
And him and Boris.
He did a DOS boot and got locked up. So hopefully he's still. I heard the jet ski with the wheels on it. You know, the big yellow, like you push on the beach to get the jet ski in the water. Yeah, he hooked those up and has a motor on the back. But I think, man, he's good for you guys. Like, it's like Derek Jeter. Derek Jeter made so much more sense for the New York Yankees than any other team in Major League Baseball. Because Brian Cashman was like, yo, go out and try the free agent market. Go ahead. He said the same thing to Bernie Williams. Bernie Williams on other teams really doesn't work. He works on the Yankees. So Pete Alonso is an all-time Yankee. And, I mean, an all-time Met. He's the home run leader. No. I don't want him. I don't want him. This is the point I'm trying to make. I don't want him on the Yankees, but I want him for you on the Mets. I don't know, man. Like, I think you're going to let him walk out the door, and you're going to be really licking your wounds.
I will. Is the Instagram camera kind of cluttered in that we can't be seen? Can anybody?
I'm watching here on Riverside FM and on YouTube. Yeah, it's New York Minute, NEWI. Yeah, we're toast on Instagram, bro.
Yeah, I don't know how to fix that.
All right. Yeah, neither do I. Do you want me to jump off and let you do your thing?
No, it's all good.
All right. Yeah, because hey guys, you're gonna hold on. If we hold on, no. The thing is, it's 12 seconds delayed, so we won't be able to see the movement for like.
I know. I'm just gonna keep moving, and then I'm not gonna be able to see it for 12
seconds.
Okay,
where you moved is good. Where I moved is good. Yeah, okay.
That sort of works.
Let me just move my whole desk and the foundation of my house.
Yeah, unplug everything.
So we can entertain 11 people on the gram.
This makes me feel more comfortable now that I can
Welcome back to Phone Booth Sports Talk with Mike and Eric.
We're all learning on the fly together, everybody.
The place is really coming. It's really coming along.
I'm trying.
You got the money in the bank. You got the lampshade leg. Little trophy over there. I like that. Oh my God, you got the Michael Jackson up there, bro.
Yeah.
The first time, I'm dating myself. Record. Okay, I had records, Mike. So my brother's 4 years older than me, so he had a record player, and I found Thriller in the garbage.
What?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was, it's like when you hear your dad tell stories about losing a Mickey Mantle card. They were all over the place at that time when drawn horses and carriages were going around. So when I got that thing, it scared the shit out of me. From 1,000, it's this guy describing Thriller in the beginning of it. My brother would play it in the middle of the night. We had bunk beds. He would just rip Thriller on in the middle of the night when I was about 8. So when I see that, I go to trauma. But the trauma that you're experiencing with Diaz losing and Williams, low lev dev, you're happy with that. I mean, do you see Stearns making moves? What move is like the first move do you think he's going to make?
I think he has so many things lined up to make this team better to start 2026.
We're trying to position.
I'm going to tell you what happened right now because this is how stupid I am. I was looking at the Instagram thing and I see you talking and I'm like, I can't hear him, but I keep forgetting there's a 12-second delay.
Yeah, so don't go on the Instagram
I'm going to
audio.
stay here.
You go on the Riverside audio.
Yeah, so I truly think Stearns has. I believe everything that he said during the press conference today with SNY, where he said, I like the direction. I like the talks that we're having with a lot of players. I like where we are in the trade market, and we're going to be very excited as we head into 2026 with the team that we're going to put on the field. Yes, generic stuff, but coming out of his mouth, I truly believe he has a lot lined up to improve this team for the better and for the team that he wants to be on the field.
Yeah, and you know what? I perpetually keep hearing more and more that they need to have a free agency deadline in the offseason. Did you hear about this nonsense?
When is it? Yeah, because of how slow it moves?
No, it's just for all the people the writers on Twitter and the people that make content. They just like it in an orderly fashion. It's like, no, man, this is the best part about Hot Stove is that you're checking your phone every day when you're at work and you're calling your friends and you're talking about who they're going to get and you hear the rumors. The rumors are the best part. Unless you have that weasel that we had on our show, the guy with the toupon, whatever his name is.
Oh, Jim Bowden.
Oh, my God. I don't think I'm ever going to put him on my show ever again. How does he get on TV? He was a former general manager of an organization, Mike.
Yeah, that's weird. Whoa.
I don't know what.
The angel. He feels like an angel type of guy.
Hey, yeah, probably. Bowden GM. I'm just going to put in. Let's see this.
It's so weird because we go all these days without any news, and then within what, like an hour of one another, Diaz and Schwarber both signed, and these guys just go off the board quick. So that's when you start to think like, here we go, we're going to get some movement. Now we might go like 3 days now without hearing anything.
He was, you were dying at work. I felt bad for you. You were like, everything's happening. I'm here.
Everything's happening today, and I was stuck at work.
He was the youngest general manager in Major League Baseball history for the Cincinnati Reds. He's a genius. Dude, he's a certified genius. That's why he's like, on TV. Did you see Boris's limericks today?
Yeah, I'm getting a little skeeved out by them. They're starting to get a little creepy.
I got the video clips. Should we check them out?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. I've had these in the queue all day. I'm waiting for Mike to get home from work. All right, so first we'll do dealer's choice here, okay? Do you want to hear the Alonso limerick or pun? I failed out of English. The Alonso or the Cody Bellinger one?
I didn't hear the Bellinger. I heard the Alonso one. Let me do the Bellinger one first.
Okay, let me clear my windows here. Let me close World Star Hip Hop, my major news source. Hold on. All right, hold on. Let's see if this works. Technology. All right, so this is Scott Boris's puns and limericks about Pete Alonso.
DHing if he goes back to the Mets. Is that something he would consider?
I think Pete, at this point in his career, he's about winning, no doubt. Had that question a lot. There's no doubt that Pete's pursuers are prime the power piper. Pete picked the perfect period to play preeminently at a really a primary position. A playoff parched plethora will pounce to participate in the polar plunge.
Oh my God. Is this, there should be a salary cap and a restriction on how many people can be a client of Boris.
Why does he struggle so much with these second tier free agents?
I was gonna say, why does he struggle so much with these limericks? I'm like, because he's making them up on the spot, Mike.
He did it
What was your
last year,
question?
He did this last year too with Pete, and he had one I think with he said something with Scooble, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot to. He said something about how he's like the Tigers or something with, I don't know. I just don't know.
So what he does is, real quick, to nobody that knows what we're talking about, Boris, every time he gets into a microphone, he speaks in alliterations, he rhymes, he does little limericks. And today he came out and he was speaking about Cody Bellinger, and he drops hints inside the limerick. And in this, he names about 4 or 5 different teams. So he's speaking in code. So here, I'll play it.
Belly is, he's, it's not for me to judge, but.
Okay, so for instance, it's not for me to judge. He's referencing the Yankees and Aaron Judge. Yeah, so now I'm going to stop. I'm just going to play it all the way through now, but just to give you a little bit of an idea of what this putz is doing, okay? Let's start this again.
He's smooth, man.
No, he's, it's not for me to judge, but, great players see red if they lose that they have a big bat yanked out of their lineup. I haven't met a team that dodges a 5-tool player to fill the center field need is a giant step towards the playoffs. North and south, outfielders that fly with power, they're rare birds. In the offseason, there's a lot of startup to organizations. And for that reason, there's a lot of angel investors that are looking for very versatile outfielders. So other than that, Belly doesn't have much interest.
So
I got about 8 teams that are going to be involved with it.
Okay, what teams did you get?
I got the Angels, which is weird. I got the Giants, the Yankees, obviously, the Red Sox, and there was a couple others.
I got the Yankees, Giants, Phillies, Dodgers, Toronto, and Angels.
Okay.
I didn't pick up on the Boston thing, but yeah, so this is what this doofus does. So
where are the Angels coming from?
You got to remember, man, the Angels are still like the 5th or 6th most valuable franchise in all of Major League Baseball.
That's true too.
So they're always in on guys.
I didn't hear anything Met related.
I did not hear a single thing about the Mets.
No,
I think that's Kyle Tucker then,
or none of them.
Well, think about this. You guys need a corner outfielder?
Yeah.
You need a left fielder?
Yeah, or a right fielder.
Belly up. Go get another $400 million contract.
I don't see Stearns doing it, dude. I don't see him.
But what about Uncle Stevie? He's the one that cuts the checks.
I think Uncle Stevie has reached a point now where he's like, I'm giving the keys to the castle to Stearns, and I'm gonna stop getting involved. like I did with Alonso last year, like I did with Scherzer and Verlander a couple years before that, when it was Billy Epler who took his last shot at the Mets with this core. And I think I think Cohen's just like, take
No
this
mind,
over,
yeah.
build it the way you got to build it, and let's start winning.
But I do think that Uncle Stevie reserves the right to walk into that office and go get it done, like he did with Juan Soto. Stearns, unless Uncle Stevie was like, you know what, get me Soto, and then I'm out of your hair, okay? This one, and then I'll let you do whatever you want because this is completely. I bet you he fought him tooth and nail not to get Soto. Because from a baseball sense, if you're a GM, it makes 0 sense. It makes sense in the short term for about 3 or 4 years, absolutely. But for 14, that's just not a reasonable baseball move. You know, you wind up getting talked about by like Bryce Harper, by your GM.
Yeah, that's where I think the problem is going to lie with, like, if Stearns was in Milwaukee, they're not even looking at Soto. They're not looking at half the players.
Yo, Milwaukee's unloading people.
I mean, the Mets, Stearns is like 3 or 4 moves away from the Met fan all taking a collective deep breath and everybody calming down. Because it's December 9th.
You're a Met fan, right? A collective breath and calm down. I don't know who's worse at not calming down. Is Met fan? I think Met fans are worse than calming down than Yankee fans.
Well, yeah, because it's always woe is me, and it's always straight to the negative. So
you're like Tony Soprano's mom.
Yeah.
Right here. Right, do it right here. In my heart.
I don't think there's any way possible. I mean, there's people talking as if tomorrow's opening day, which just boggles my mind.
Bro, baseball never sleeps now. They are trying to do what did you see tonight on MLB.TV? You saw the draft, the lottery for the draft. You want to talk about a nap and a snooze fest. I put that on. Holy dog shit. I suggest if anybody needs a nap, go to the lottery where they pick the ping pong balls for the baseball draft. So they take the most mind-numbing, boring thing in the world, and then they make it more boring with a pre-show. They're trying to go year round, Mike.
Yeah, I don't know why they somebody had I think it was Evan Roberts, in order to make it was when Ohtani was a free agent. In order to make free agency a little more fun, you get a player like a Juan Soto or like a Shohei Ohtani or Judge, and for 30 days you just have him cross off at the one team that he's not signing with until they finally get to day 30, and that's the team that they're going to sign with.
So you want the LeBron decision on steroids?
Yeah, it could be kind of cruel too, because you could cross off, like, if you were Judge a couple of years ago, you could cross off literally like the Mets and all these other teams, and you could leave the Yankees, the Pirates, and like 2 crap teams along with maybe like the Padres. And you could get the hopes up of so many fan bases for 20 plus days that your team's going to have a shot to sign one of these guys, even though there's no shot.
Well, listen, if you want to go to fantasy camp for a second, I'll join you. It should be on Christmas Day. All the signings come out on Christmas Day then.
I agree, yeah. I think
if you're an MLB fan, it's Christmas Day, and they announce all the free agents in one day, and then we have to produce content on the most holy day of all holy days.
Yeah, like I want what the NFL does, man, and the NBA. Like as soon as free agency starts, like I'm just getting hit in the face with everything, like all at once. I just want to get. I want so much news that I can't keep up with it.
I thought you were talking about the Diddy doc there for a second.
No, that's another.
Wow. Yeah, no, you wanted dude. You wanted Fast and Furious. Okay,
yeah,
sometimes you got to take your time and go slow, Mike. All right,
yeah, I can't.
Sometimes. Hey, listen, man. I from a lot of time on this earth, I've learned one thing. The anticipation is the best part of any experience.
But then what happens when you're finished?
You know what happens. You smoke a cigarette and you roll out of bed. Come on, bud. You know about this. You're from Staten Island. You got a lampshade. You got a leg lamp. You know.
Yeah,
You're not
for I'd say
fucking around.
that's a major award.
Major award. Yo, did you want to talk? Let's WFAN. Joe Beningo was
God.
talking about today about what's his Craig Carton coming back.
Oh no.
Yeah, I'd known for months, bro. He never rob a bank with Joe Beningo from WFAN.
Oh my
Because he'll
God.
rat you out. You remember the shit with Robert Saleh?
Yeah, texting about Zach Wilson and
Bro, I texted him about Zach Wilson, bro. Shut the fuck up, Joe.
dude, I could have swore Joe Beningo retired like 4 years ago.
No, he does the Saturday mornings. It's
He
not
doesn't-
bad. I kind of like his show because he's down in Florida and, he gets to go golfing with his wife, bro.
Well, he's got it made now. Retired, works once a week. He comes on the fan once in a while to talk
He
Jet
does the
football.
Tiki and Evan spot, but like Craig Carton coming back and taking Evan and Tiki's spot, it's a matter of time, I think, before Tiki's gone also.
Yeah, I wonder how he truly feels about moving from the middays. I think that definitely comes with a pay cut, no?
That's going to work around Tiki's Pilates schedule, okay? He's going to be fine with it. Straight up, he doesn't get paid from WFAN, I think. I think he gets paid from Odyssey or CBS Sports Network.
Yeah, because
Like-
he's more than just an on-air talent. Like,
Yeah,
he's-
because you know how like Boomer and Gio's show is different. It's CBS Sports and Odyssey and all that nonsense, and it's nationally syndicated. The afternoon drive is not nationally syndicated. Evan Roberts and Tiki. Only the morning show is nationally syndicated. So Tiki and Evan moved back from 11 o'clock. I mean, Evan likes that because he had worked that forever. But it's kind of like a big hit to Evan too, man.
yeah, going from middays with Tiki now going back to 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It's like the afternoon drive that's the slot everybody's aiming for.
Okay, yeah.
The Francesa slot.
Okay, I did afternoon drive, New York.
Number one.
Yeah, feel the power. Not only demand what WFAN not only demands but deserves. Listen, man, I'm feeling the power, but BT and Sal had to go.
They didn't. I didn't. I don't know. The problem
No.
with those.
Hey, I'm not saying like nothing against them. Like I started to warm up to their show, but dude, a lot of it is listening out of habit. You're in your car anyway. You're prone to putting 660 on. I never heard anyone really say anything good about that show.
No, it's two guys who were just kind of out of the last year or so, man. Maybe they felt the pressure, but the last year or so, it's almost as if they were more clickbaity than trying to get that clip that WFAN could stick out there to try and get the eyes on the or ears on the radio.
They were trying to get the viral clip. But like the one thing about that is, man, it's like the one thing you got to know about going viral and having videos that go viral, it's the throwaway videos that go the biggest, man. The videos that I've been like, I shouldn't even post this. This is dog shit. And it gets 100,000 video views in like an hour. And I work on something and I put it out and I'm like, oh, this is going to be the one that buys me a house in Miami. And it gets like 300 views. Okay. So yeah, you can't can that. Also, Carton's FS1 run was, oh boy.
Yeah, he needs to be back in. He'll get the ratings back with WFAN.
In all honesty, a lot of people probably don't know this, but it's like Keith McPherson was on my show. I know we don't talk about it like it's an ex-wife or something, but like, I think it might be time to broach this subject, is that the fact that, I had Keith on my show and it was okay. The interaction that I had with him, it was like, there wasn't much to it, man. Like, you
Yeah.
know, when I do a show with you, there's a little bit of banter back and forth afterwards and stuff. I let you go do your own thing. But this, it was just like he kept big broing me on my own show, and he wanted exposure on Instagram. So yeah, and listen, man, I get it. I've been in show business for a while as a stand-up comedian, and I know how the world works. But you know, he wanted exposure, so he would do the YouTube show with me. But when you're doing a YouTube show with somebody that seems like they drank NyQuil all day, you know, so then it got to the point where he kept bringing up financial stuff, and he's like, "Hey, listen, I'm not financially obligated to be on this show." And I was like, "Yeah, I guess you don't know me much. I'm very Irish. Moss fly out of my wallet. Did I ever offer you anything? You know, like did I write out a contract? Yeah, hey boys, write up a contract in the back. Have the boys write up some legal papers." But
Keith.
I had messaged him. We were doing the show on Mondays. So I just shot him a text. What you do is when you're working with somebody else, you go, "Hey, courtesy text, so you don't ruin your whole day. Not going to be there at 12. Text me. You don't have to check in."
Oof.
That was 7.5 months ago. So I never checked in. So since he has left the fan, he's followed me on Twitter. He's followed me on TikTok.
Uh-huh.
And he's refollowed me on Instagram. So now I'm just awaiting the message. So y'all must have forgot. So that was just an interesting thing. No, you know, no hard feelings. You know, it's nothing personal, but from a business business, it just was weird.
It sounds like it. I don't know if Keith McPherson. I was never the biggest McPherson guy, but I always felt like he thought he was bigger than what he was. And when I listened to him speak, or when I listened to him try and, he's another guy who I felt like went for the troll over the logic when it came to trying to get ratings.
Yeah. Listen, man, I know I'm a douchebag with sunglasses inside talking sports and making
Yeah.
silly videos on Instagram. Like, I know where my orbit is. Like, you know, I'm not this is the tree house of life. I don't take this very seriously. I mean, like, you know, I take my show seriously and stuff, and I try to put out a good product. But like, dude, we're not remaking the wheel here.
No.
Also, in my experiences doing stand-up comedy, you know, I think comedians fall into that gap a lot, man, is that they think they're fucking saving the world. And it's like, dude, 11 dick jokes in a row ain't going to solve world hunger. So, you know, think about this for a second though, Mike. You got a spot, you really don't have any organic exposure on social media. And you're put into this spot on WFAN where you're put to a predisposed audience. And yet, he might have not been everybody's cup of tea. I think he did a good show in the beginning, and I think he mentally checked out from listening to him at nights. And yeah, he did try to big bro. But the thing I was going to say was when he had that interview with the writer from the New York Post.
Heyman.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, that was kind of, to me, that was just a little, it was really unprofessional.
it was way unprofessional, and especially like, I don't care what you think about him, about Sherman. And yeah, I mean, yeah, I see he tries to do video. They have him doing the viral thing now, and he's got the personality of belly button lit, but he's good at his job. And the man has respect in the industry, and he's been doing this since Keith was wearing diapers. And he gets on there and he acts like a fucking punk.
And also, to circle with that, BT and Sal did the same thing to Carl Banks.
Oh, well, Carl Banks told him to go fuck himself immediately.
And then
I mean,
Sal
Sherman almost had a breakdown. He was like, "Ah!" You know.
Oh, we got breaking news. Courtesy of Pat.
Pat?
Free agent. Oh, this doesn't help me. Free agent reliever Kyle Finnegan closing in on a deal with the Detroit Tigers.
This doesn't help me. Do you want to go to the comments? Let's see what the people are saying.
Let's see what we have. I don't see many people still here. But that is a move that the Tigers. I guess that does that take Scooble off the board?
I did want to finish. Let me just finish this Keith McPherson thing.
Yes.
Is the fact that at the end of the day, We did. I mean, wasn't left on bad terms or anything like that. But like, you got to know when you got a guy like Joel Sherman on your show, and you're kind of lucky to have the spot already. You don't do that, and I think that was his undoing right there. It's like after that, he had trouble getting people on the show. I mean, even, and not to mention, like I hadn't known him for 6 minutes, Mike,
Yeah.
and he was throwing a lot of people under the bus that were. I'm not going to mention names. I'm not going to tell
Yeah.
any stories. But the first episode that we filmed together, he was telling me all the dirt, who he likes, who he doesn't like. So when you meet somebody like that and they show you who they are, you got to take them at face value. So,
Yeah, that's
you
to
know,
do that instantaneous is odd behavior to me.
it was unprovoked, one. I mean, don't get me wrong. I will be dead honest with you. I wanted all the fucking tea about
Well, yeah,
WFAN. I've been listening to WFAN for 25 years. Who's an asshole? Who's this? And then once he started providing it, he's the one that initiated it. I was like, well, what about this guy? What about this guy? What about this guy? And as you know, I speak to Loogie, who answers the phones, the producer for the Tiki and the Evans show. And, I kind of did a little research with him on the phone about the whole situation. So, and Keith wound up resigning because I think what they said was that they weren't going to renew his contract.
100%. Yeah, it's not. I know we've spoken about the WFAN slots, but there's only like 6 slots or 7 slots if you don't count the people that fill in part time for WFAN. So that's not a job I think that you just willingly give up unless you're being pushed out or unless another opportunity with more high paying things come along.
Yeah, man, the pay ain't so hot.
Do you know what these guys make? Because
Yes,
I was always curious.
I mean, it fluctuates. It's different for everybody. I looked at a LinkedIn where they literally were having job openings for WFAN on-air personalities, and the starting is anywhere from $50 to $150 an episode. That's full
Wow,
time.
really?
So I don't know how it works. I'm not going to speak out of turn.
I would
That's
take
what
that.
I know. But I think like guys that fill in, man, they get like $50 to $100 a show when they fill in. Like dude, like there's a reason for how many years that all the dudes on WFAN they cry hunger and they cry poverty all the time.
Yeah.
JJ After Dark went to go do his own podcast instead of stay and do nights at WFAN.
I like him. I think he's pretty good.
I thought he was great. I used to
Yeah.
call on his show all the time. And I absolutely dig his style and stuff. But you know who wins out of this thing is Chris McMonagle.
Yeah, he's probably getting that spot with Craig, right?
He deserves it.
Yeah, he's been doing it. He's been doing a pretty good job. He was producing the other show for a while.
Well,
I
he
think
got sandbagged, I think, when the change happened initially, and he got moved to the graveyard shift. The guy's one of the best. I think he's got that Francesa vibe to me, maybe because he's a heavy set dude, but like, yeah, like, no, I think he's really, really good at what he does. Craig Carton is one of the best guys next to Howard Stern in New York radio, period. I'll use the term that he uses, period, stop. Craig Carton is the goods, man. And that's what it is. And that's what Joe Beningo was saying. He's like, yeah, they want to go to bro talk, bro. He's
Shut up.
complaining that WFA wants to go to bro talk and bro, they want to go to bro.
So I wanted to show you this. I don't know if this is coming up on the screen if you're
It
able
is.
to see it.
You're good.
Wow, I'm getting good at this.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, you look like a heavily bearded Bill Gates before he got weird.
So David Pingalore, this is actually pretty big news. David Pingalore was the guy who broke the Gara Crochet news last year. So there is some sort of credibility to his reporting.
Okay.
So I don't know how you feel about this. The Tyreek Skubal update, I'm hearing, this is coming from David Pingalore on Twitter. I'm hearing that the Skubal deal is essentially in place. The pieces are agreed to. The framework is done between the Tigers and the Dodgers. What's holding up this deal is a long-term extension for the Dodgers and ownership approval with the Tigers. The Tigers will not green light anything without the owner's sign off, and the Dodgers will not ship out that kind of haul to the Tigers without a long-term commitment from Skubal. Those are the two final hurdles that those two teams are dealing with. So if that is legit, to where Tyreek Skubal gets traded to the Dodgers, I can't even hate on the Dodgers anymore. I'm just jealous at this point. Did that sink in yet?
This makes me really, I don't know how I feel right now.
It's kind of deflating.
No, I'm like, I couldn't. Okay, let me. This is why I'm single. Eric, tell me how you feel.
How does this feel?
I feel
Dodgers are getting
confused.
better?
Okay, let me just speak through it. Mike, I feel confused. I feel angry. I feel FOMO. I feel anger. Anger is pretty prevalent. They can't do this.
Do you think
they
you
can't
think
keep getting
baseball
away
would
with this?
step in?
They can't keep getting away with this.
The Dodgers continuously have all of the prospects to trade away for anybody that they want. Typically, I can't remember the last time a Boris client on the level of Skubal didn't hit free agency. I think Soto was the last one that declined contracts, declined like 400 or 500 million from the Nationals, declined more extensions, especially with the Padres, and said, no, I'm hitting free agency. So I don't know if Boris is going to want him to sign an extension and not get teams like the Yankees, the Mets, and all these other teams involved in some sort of negotiation, or Skubal, who's from Los Angeles, just says, you know what? If they could come to some sort of agreement with me, make me the highest paid pitcher of all time, let's get this done.
Let me try to steel man this thing. All right. So this is what usually the default is when you don't get the guy that you want. You just pick pin holes through it. So he's old. He's 30. He could be on the back end of his career. What does he have? 6 good years left?
And if I'm not mistaken, the previous 2 seasons is when he really started kicking it in to gear.
Why isn't your general manager going after him? Why aren't I'm
wonder if he
blaming
is.
now I'm getting angry again.
No.
Mets, Mets, pick the fucking slack up. You got a casino, move it into your fucking next to your stadium. Rage against the machine, bro. Like, you got to stop. We're in the American League, bro. We got to worry about our side of the street. You got to stop these Dodgers, man, or you guys are just going to be cannon fodder to these guys.
Dude, we can't even get past the Phillies and Braves, let alone the Dodgers.
I know.
Like,
but that doesn't mean that you can't go out and spend like drunken sailors and jeopardize your future so the Dodgers don't get better. Okay, the people at home, you ever seen Terminator 2 with Skynet? That's the Dodgers right now. Okay, it went live the day they got Ohtani. Now they're imprisoning us like Terminator 2.
If you gave me the option, if you told me that Skubal was going to hit free agency, you could assure me that, then I would be perfectly fine with the Mets signing like Michael King, trading for Freddie Peralta and Tyler McGill in a package deal from the Brewers, and just waiting for Skubal. But if the Mets don't plan on doing anything in terms of signing guys like King or any other starters, then I would say let's load up and go get Skubal.
Well, according to Joe Piccolo here,
he did break the crochet news.
It seems like it's a done deal, and it seems like they're going to sign him long term.
This would break. I know, like, the Diaz news is not going to. It's hurtful, but mostly to the Mets.
But Mike, like, you know how I was saying Pete Alonso makes the most sense for you guys?
Yeah.
If it's anyone in the whole goddamn world that makes the most sense for any team in Major League Baseball, it's Skubal to the Mets, man.
Oh, yeah. It's an ace starter, 100%.
Like, I don't know, man. You're taking it a lot better than I am. I'd be jacked up right now, bro, because it's like you can't let them keep doing this.
When does it end? Right?
The strike.
Would this Scooble thing be the last straw for Major League Baseball?
But they're not doing anything wrong.
They're not. Everything they're doing is legal.
Yeah, it's not like they're cheating.
Do you remember
bro?
Sorry, go ahead.
No. I am getting old before I forget something if I don't say it immediately. But like, think about Alex Rodriguez.
Yeah.
You know, like, see, I forgot about it. Go ahead with what you were gonna say.
Do you remember when I was gonna say David Stearns? David Stern. That's really weird. Remember when he stepped in and vetoed the Chris Paul trade to the Lakers?
Yes.
Has that ever been done in baseball?
So I was just about to say, yeah, I was just about to say that. That's what I forgot with my train of thought. The Alex Rodriguez to the Boston Red Sox.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Alex Rodriguez was a Boston Red Sox. Okay, it was during the arms race of the early 2000s. We were going to get Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Vladimir Guerrero at the time, not Jr., that's his son. And they were going to get A-Rod. The contract didn't work out. Something happened. Bud Selig stepped into baseball. He vetoed the trade. Then Aaron Boone, Buffoon, hurts himself playing pickup basketball, rolls his ankle, lies to the New York Yankees
As he should
about he was washing his car because in his contract, Michael, he was not allowed to play pickup basketball.
Aha.
So what happened was he finally came clean. They null and voided his contract. They pivot and go and get Alex Rodriguez. That's why I said before he became a manager and a puppet, I said Aaron Boone was the greatest Yankee of all time. He literally beat Pedro Martinez and got us Alex Rodriguez.
Yeah. And then a couple years later, he hits the Game 7 home run that got him the managerial job.
Now he looks like a divorced dad at a parent-teacher conference at the winter meetings.
Dude, if I wake up tomorrow to Scooble to the Dodgers,
I mean, Joey Pasquale over there. Is that your friend from Staten Island just texting you and just coming up with stories?
Yeah,
that sounds like a Staten Island name there, Mike.
He's like, oh, see how Eric reacts to this. Let's rile him up.
What? That's what the whole show should be. You just
She's like, oh, now tell
about.
Like, now tell him the Yankees are going to extend Judge. Grisham.
This is what my life has become. I just get incensed by things periodically.
Yeah.
What's going on?
This now I'm a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh boy.
Vita Blue. Oh, Vita Blue to the Yankees from Pat. That's another breaking.
Vita Blue. Oh,
yeah, he was like a Negro pitcher from. I'm allowed to say that. That's
whoa.
From the Negro
he was
League.
from the Negro Leagues.
From the Negro Leagues, not.
Holy shit.
Yeah, this channel's done.
No, that's okay.
He was a lefty, Vita Blue.
I know. I've used him on MLB The Show.
On the show, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I used him in my dynasty, my Diamond Dynasty that lasts about 13 minutes, and then I got to draft another fucking 1,100 guys.
Yeah, I like Diamond Dynasty until like all the teams that pay for players get better than me, and then I just can't. I'm not paying for players.
Do you have some news on Trent Grisham or something?
No, I was gonna joke around just to rile you up.
Oh, okay, yeah, all right. Because I'm waiting for the death blow. I'm just waiting for the worst news of my life to come through.
Miguel said, I subscribe to both of you guys. Thank you guys do a good job. We appreciate that.
Miguel, thank you very much. I appreciate you watching, buddy.
And then he said, what happened to the pitchers that used to last 9 innings? That is long gone, my friend. You'll see that maybe 5 or 6 times a season.
Last guy, I think, in Major League Baseball to do that was Roy Halladay.
Yeah, this
on a consistent basis, and then they just fall off a cliff, and now we pussyfy. We need to be somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
How about 7?
In my case, how about 4?
Oh my God! And you guys aren't tripping over yourself. You're not selling Citi Field to go get Scooble. This is like the Johan Santana move, dude. How are you guys sitting on your fucking hands here?
Well, if we gave the Tigers what we gave up to Minnesota for Johan Santana, that would be. How do I do that? They gave up nothing. Carlos Gomez was the headliner of that deal.
Oh, Jesus.
And then
They'll
Philip
throw a
Umber.
bunch of nothing at him again.
Maybe they're trying to.
Like, hello, is this thing on? What are the Dodgers still like number one in their farm system?
No, the Mets are.
Then hold on. The Mets have the number one farm system in Major League Baseball.
Yes.
That's wild. Let me see if I can pull up a list here.
I would like to see. Now, I don't know. Knicks did win, by the way. Big win. Side note.
Yeah, I mean, how much they win by 15?
119-101. That's a big road win. And
No, it's a huge road win.
I don't want people to overlook that.
You know what? I'm just telling you, man. It's like even with this manufactured NBA Cup bullshit, it's still not bringing a lot of attention, man. The viewership's got to be down.
I can't take the courts, dude, by the way.
Oh, my eyes are killing me. They're fucking tearing the ass out of me. It's manufactured fucking pressure in the regular season because it theoretically means nothing. Do you even notice a dip on social media with Knicks stuff? Like it's not as hot as it was like 2 years ago.
The hottest that I saw Knicks stuff was the last 2 years during the playoff runs.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that's where a lot of people kind of are, and you guys can let us know in the chat. Like, I think people are kind of like, wake me up in March when the playoffs are here, and then the whole city's going to come out, and everyone's going to break their Knicks jerseys out, and it's going to be on like Donkey Kong. Because the Pistons are falling back to earth a little bit, man.
Good. The Knicks are. This is what, in the beginning of the year when we all we had a little hubbub with the Knicks. We're a little worried. The Knicks are going to be right up there. One of the top 2 seeds in the Eastern Conference. This team's built for the postseason.
Guys tell me to put sunglasses on. He's like, yeah, I already got them on.
You know what I find weird? Like this whole. If you look at the current state of the Major League Baseball payroll, the Mets still sit at 236.
Yeah, how much dead money you got on that motherfucker?
That's 236 without like adding Diaz or Pete Alonso back.
Where's it all going?
So it's just 50 of it. Is it the 61 next year to Soto? 32 to Lindor, 26 to Simeon. Yeah, these are wild numbers.
Yeah, but
McNeil's money's going to come off, I would assume.
19 to Sean Manaea, 13 to Clay Holmes, Senga 15. Well, like you said, man, this isn't on Stearns' books.
No, this is very top heavy here.
Look at Juan Soto's fucking salary.
Disgusting.
$61 million.
And then you come over here to the number one, and they're at 245. They're about to go up to like 265-ish. But they haven't added the Edwin Diaz money here. And you look at their money. There's one guy in the 30s.
Dude,
they're so smart.
They're so smart.
They got one guy in the 30s, and he didn't pitch almost all year last year.
Mike's fucking enamored, and I'm angry. I'm not even a Met fan.
Betts is at 25. That Freeman contract was awesome, man.
$22 million for fucking 3
I
rings?
wish. I'm not a Yankee fan, but that was a match made in heaven.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
even Yamamoto.
Freddie Freeman is a clutch first baseman. He's one of the most clutch, horse-mouthed, clutch guys I've ever seen, and I hate him. I wake up in cold sweats and I think about him.
What about you guys? Where do you want to go next?
You broke up a little bit. What'd you say, buddy? Oh boy.
So you assume they're going to get back up to 3,
there?
right?
Oh, we're
Am I
here.
here?
I'm sorry. What'd you ask me? We broke up a little bit.
You want to get back together?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes. Can
All
you
right,
hear
we're
me?
back. We broke up. We're back together. Now, what did you ask me?
Where do you want to go? Like, you guys are at 212 right now. Where would you like to go next with the Yankees?
Oh, dude, you gotta get rid. You have to get rid of Ryan McMahon's salary. This $16 million
What is he?
arbitrage that's at third base that we have for a guy that hits 212 and no fucking pop. I mean, you have a good. All I'm just saying is Ryan McMahon, $16 million is way too much for a defensive replacement in the 7th inning in October. Okay, because that's what he's going to be. Now, you got guys like, if you look at it, it's Aaron Judge has the best contract in baseball.
Yeah, that's
$40 million
awesome.
for the return that they get on. That is amazing. $36 million for Garrett Cole. It was an overpay. We thought we were going to get a World Series already by now until we ran into Houston. Garrett Cole really wasn't special until his 3rd year on the New York Yankees. So Giancarlo Stanton is a fucking look up the word albatross. You're going to see a big bird on Google, okay? Underneath it, you're going to see Giancarlo Stanton in a full body cast, cutting a steak and spraining both elbows. That salary and that fucking contract is preposterous. Also, Miami's paying 16 of it this year. So it's not as bad as it works out to roughly like 17 million, but they still have to pay the tax on it. Carlos Rodon has shit for brains and chips in his elbow.
You know what I don't see that's pretty structured well? Where are all the signing bonuses?
Hold on, Mike. I'm not done. Carlos Rodon, he's got scrambled eggs for brains, bones in his chips in his elbow. They need to trade him and unload that contract ASAP. He'd be a good number 1 or a number 2 all over Major League Baseball. If people are dying for contracts, Mets, I'm picking up that phone. Let Carlos Rodon move over to Queens if he likes New York so much. Because that guy's a liability in the playoffs, man. He can't do it.
Yeah.
He can't. He's a good regular season pitcher. He just actually got to be a good regular season pitcher on the Yankees. It was nonsense the first 2 years. Max Fried's going to have a down year. But Max Fried only paying $14 million for Fried?
How do we?
That
how do we
can't be
investigate
right.
this? Yeah, it is. Let me see. 27. I think he gets bumped up. Yeah. So he goes up to 31.
Oh
next
shit.
year.
Okay, so you know what? This year at $14 million for Max Fried, that's a great deal by Cashman.
Yep.
So Jazz Chisholm, this is one thing. I want him gone. Okay, with a capital G. He doesn't make the team any better. I think it's empty calorie stats. Jazz Chisholm's making $11 million. I don't know if he's arbitration eligible. Is that after arbitration, the 3rd arbitration? That's what he's making?
Yeah, this is it for him. Yeah.
So he's locked in at that. He's going to want a big contract in not at the end of this year, but the next year when he's a free agent. And I would you want to pay Jazz Chisholm $162 million to be your second baseman?
No.
Nah, neither would I. So get rid of him. And then after that, it seems like the salaries are manageable. So it's also what we're not seeing is the guys that are on the books that aren't on this roster.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know who's still on the hook. I think Hicks just got off the hook that was on contract. You have Stroman at 18.8. I don't know if we still owe him. You have DJ LeMahieu at 16.6. We still owe that this year. So we're on the hook for a lot of guys that are out the door already.
Okay, so that's what I'm not seeing.
Do they have actually Yankee? I'm gonna look up Yankees dead money.
I see the current payroll allocations that they're paying out for active players is 212, and then what they're going to have to pay out right now in total for this season is 255. I guess that would be the dead money from Stroman and LeMahieu.
So yeah, that's DJ LeMahieu at 16, estimated dead money. It's around $16 million. You're looking at DJ. So now, but I mean, I can't believe Stanton's still on this fucking team, man. He's going to be hurt again.
Yeah, that's
He's not going to play the whole season. And he didn't come up big in the playoffs. So we got Frankenstein with snowshoes on now. And we got to pay this bum $27 million.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here it is, down at the bottom. Dead. Oh yeah, Hicks is only on the hook for $1 million, so he's basically off.
That was just the payroll tax from it.
Yeah, that's. I don't know if that's nothing for Hal now, but that.
Are you kidding me? That's polish and furnish on his yacht. It's very, very important to him.
Yeah. No, I think the Yankees they're in good shape, man.
Yeah, but it's got to come through trade. Like, this is what I wanted to say to you today was about the Yankees. It's almost like a basketball team. You know how a basketball team can be good, but it's just not the right fit?
Yeah.
You know, and then you see like LeBron's done it a few times with his teams, even for Carmelo Anthony when you trade for a big guy. But just like guys that just don't fit the system, and you can have a good team, doesn't mean you have the right pieces in house. So I think, like I've said ad nauseum, and until it happens, man, I'm like Columbus saying that there's going to be land, but it's going to come from trades.
It has to, because there
is no free agency. This is one of the worst free agency years I can remember, unless you're a bullpen arm or a starting pitcher. And because there's valuable arms out there, bro. But the Yankees have arms. And, you know, and like I'm always torn between this, man. It's like the Yankees have a very good offensive team. It's not like they suffered offensively last year. Their bullpen sucked. And they were hurt perpetually all fucking year. And not to mention, Ben Rice can take a big step next year if maybe he gets all the reps at first base where he's not jumping between catcher, first base, and whatever they want him to do that day.
Yeah, Ben Rice has got to be in the lineup every day. I mean, there's that kid, that bat, the pop that comes off of his bat has to be in that lineup.
And also, what I'm thinking about Trent Grisham is I think Trent Grisham might be the left fielder. Oh, dude, you got to see my video on YouTube. And if you guys check it out, go to my link on Instagram, New York Minute Sports Show on YouTube. And I broke down Cashman spoke today at the winter meetings to the guys on MLB.TV. And they asked him about Jason Dominguez. And he goes, that guy should have played football. But he grew up in the Dominican Republic. And they asked him about, because when those guys that don't follow the team every day, they ask him asinine questions. So Torrey Hunter goes, you guys need to get more speed and athleticism. It's like Volpe, Caballero. He addressed that. Jazz Chisholm. That's been addressed on the New York Yankees. So he starts naming all the speedy guys on the Yankees. He doesn't even mention Jason Dominguez. Jason Dominguez is the fastest guy on the team.
Yeah.
And not to mention, he forgets about him. And then, why not build him up? If you're on MLB.TV and somebody asks you about Jason Dominguez, this guy fucking shits Tiffany cufflinks. All right? This is the fastest guy. He's like grease lightning, okay? He looks like Pele. So you put his trade value up.
Yeah. The Mets and Yankees are I think they're making some big trades this offseason.
By the way, do you have MLB on a channel on cable or whatever?
I do, yeah.
Okay. Have you been watching any of the Dominican baseball games?
No, I've been following my guys, like Mauricio and Acuna.
Oh, you have? So I've been watching. They've been great, dude.
Yeah, well, I'd love to see those guys develop somehow.
If you got a baseball itch that can't be scratched, go over to Pudgy Boy Sports with the Z, New York Minute, and go over to MLB.TV. Go see the Dominican. They do about 60 games, and a bunch of Dominican players playing. It's great.
Before I shut you down and shut us down for the night,
you can shut me down.
If you're taking a look at the screen about this 2027 free agent crop, if you look at the name up top, it's looking real slim next year.
Holy shit. I almost got excited. For a second. That's the wrong unknown.
Yeah, no, that's not the one.
Yeah, it's
That's not-
Rendon, not Carlos
I
Rodon.
mean, you're looking at Springer, who's going to be 38. That says
George Springer's going to be in Jurassic Park.
you
Gleyber
got
Torres is going to be catching butterflies in a tree somewhere. Trent Grisham will be decrepit and have a torn hammy by then. Ian Happ should have retired years ago. Same with Nick Castellanos. Jock Peterson should have retired years ago.
Jeff
Bro.
McNeil's out there. But like Acuna Jr., you see his name up there. There's absolutely no way they're going to decline his option. So
What,
it's like,
dude, he is, first of all, I got to see him play the Yankees this year in Atlanta. Not personally, but on TV. I don't know why I made it sound like I was there. But the guy's so impressive. He is like, because you get to see him a lot more since he's in your division. I don't get to see the Braves a lot, bro. He is unbelievable. That throw that he had from right field to third base was unbelievable. But he's like the Derrick Rose of baseball.
yeah, fully, yeah, unfortunately for him with the knees, but fully healthy. He's a top 2 or 3 player in the entire sport. Like that.
That's what I'm
how
saying, just
sick he
like
was.
Derrick Rose, and he can't stay healthy. So do you think the penny pitching Atlanta Braves are going to try to give money? Well, I mean, they gave money to Chris Sale.
Well, because they locked up Acuna. The Braves have done that. They started that trend where they locked up all their young guys early in their careers.
Well,
So-
do you know who started that trend technically? And then we'll end on that.
Was it a Met?
Yeah. Do you remember what they got David Wright and Jose Reyes for in their first contracts?
Oh yeah, the first extensions with the Wilpons.
It was like 66 and 55. If can we? I gotta
Yeah.
look this up.
Getting ahead of the games by the Mets. Great job by them.
Yeah, $55 million.
That's dope. That's awesome.
Right on the
Great
money.
job. Great job, Jeff Wilpon.
Let's go. Yeah, thanks for having me, buddy. I appreciate
I
it.
appreciate you coming on. Thanks, man.
And guys, you can check out my show, New York Minute Sports, NEWYRKMIN on Instagram and also on YouTube. Me and Mike do a show every Monday on there. Go and check it out. I have him collaborated on there, so you can check out his YouTube channel as well. It's going to be all good, baby.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Later, bud.
All right, man. Thank you, everybody, for coming in and tuning in for this hour. We waited for some news. Nothing broke, unfortunately, for the Mets and or for the Yankees, but the Knicks won, which is dope. Knicks had a big road win tonight in Toronto. Big road win, NBA Cup. Knicks are heading to the semifinals or I don't know what the hell they're heading to, but I think they're one win away from winning the NBA Cup. So let's go, Knicks. Good night, everybody. Thank you for coming in. Much appreciated. I'll catch you guys on the next one.